Where's the lamb sauce?
It's Friday! Hit that like grinders! We're going in,
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just looking up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just looking up. Don't be scared.
Enough for me. We're gonna have the game started.
I think it's time we try something new. So, we get the win this time?
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
I don't play this game.
I think it's time we tried something new.
I lied.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just look up. Don't be scared.
Stop it! I hope this isn't true.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach and break your goddamn
I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. aftermath. When I hate, I attack.
I hope this is not true.
Stop it! I've got news for you. You're mine now. You belong to me.
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
I think it's time we try something new.
I don't play this game.
Yo, what's up, grinders? How's everybody doing out there? It's Friday. What is up? Yeah, it's been a busy week. But you know what? I think we should have somebody introduce the show today. Definitely want to start with this right here.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Jim Ryan, President and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment.
How you doing?
I'm delighted to be here today to introduce what's
too.
next for PlayStation 5. We're now into the third year of the life cycle of PS5.
3.
And we've been fortunate to have so many fan-favorite titles released on the platform. What's even more exciting
Oh, okay.
is that developers are just scratching the surface of what's possible with the gaming experiences that they create. Today, you'll get a glimpse into some of the most breathtaking and imaginative content that will be coming to PS5 and PlayStation VR 2. And now, what you've all been waiting for. Enjoy the show.
Oh my. What is up? Thank you, Mr. Jim Ness Ryan. And like I said,
Create. Today,
his enthusiasm is bar none.
you'll get a glimpse into some of the most breathtaking and imaginative
Let's get you,
content
Jim.
that will be coming to PS5
What was that before?
and PlayStation VR 2.
How many takes for this one?
And now, what you've all been waiting for.
Yes, there it is. So, grinders, there he is. He introduced us to a wonderful showcase. Definitely, we will be talking about it. What's up, Buck Roger, Compost Smurf? How you doing? Kizak, how you doing? Brian East, shout out to Mr. Tennis, Manny Olus, Rat Rhine, Leech, True King Gaming. What's up? Open that grind house. In Civ, what's up? He thought we were in hell. Yes, I was playing the hell music there. Yeah, boy. RP Gaming. True Virgil. Welcome, True Virgil. He never misses. Compost Smurf. How you doing? Top Car. I don't know how to say that name. Sorry. And Log Hogue. How you doing? Hey, Frogs. What's up? Maybe I'll open up the Discord, but just in a bit, I want to just get a couple things that I have up here. And then Maniolis, what's up? How you doing? Richard Farmer, yo, blah, 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 blah. What's up? Happy Friday, everybody. Come on in. The grindhouse is warm. Oh, man. Share it out. And I'm going to do a different take. A take that, if you listened to Salty's podcast last night, I had a bit of a revelation, another Grindadamus, or just a vision here as to why this showcase was so disappointing and how it hit a different way this week with this showcase. Yo, what's up, Ying? Ko, how you doing? And by the way, it's been a busy week, so I have yet to add everybody to the grinds board, but I definitely want to, before we get into things, shout out to all the VIP grinders in Herman Holtz. You know, he wasn't around. Where were you, Herman? Where were you? I was on the yacht. Where was Herman? Was he partying here with Drew Virgil and friends at the VIP Grindhouse? Herman Holtz was nowhere to be found during the showcase. But shout out to the VIP grinders. Maybe you can tell us where Herman Holtz is. And he's drinking too much? Was he face down in the toilet bowl? I don't know. He drank too much at the Grindhouse. But shout out to all the VIPs. Thank you again. I'll be adding them more to the VIP Grindhouse. Herman Holtz has to keep those quality splits going because quality is what we expect here, and that's what we're doing. Right? That's right, Herman. And that's what we expect here in the Grindhouse. So shout out to them. Some might get Herman out of the bathroom stall. He threw up his guts. He was partying too much, and he missed the PlayStation Showcase. But thank you again, all the VIP grinders. So back to this dude. All right. So why? Now, this I'm gonna preface this. This is not an excuse. This is not all of a sudden this showcase was better because you're looking at it from a different perspective. This is trying to understand why we got what we got. And why him decided to show this to us. And just trying to put it together. And that's what this is about. Like, I really wanted to figure out why. Like, I could think, like, why would they do this? Because I think that's the most frustrating thing that a lot of us have. And I think the most frustrating thing is that a lot of people thought that this was an opportunity for Sony to really lay the groundwork because it's been a while, and I think that adds to a lot of the anticipation. I think that the fact that they haven't done a showcase since 21 and really had just kind of like, doing little like, and they've been announcing games, but they haven't been doing them in a showcase type level. And the anticipation for this showcase, that people saying showcase was supposed to be last year and we're making fun of insiders and all this other stuff. Like, no, when's the showcase? When's the showcase? And it never happened. And a whole year went by without it happening. And then they announced that this one's coming, right? So the anticipation for what this is was there because of the lack of Sony being forthcoming and being doing a showcase. And I think the definition of what a showcase is versus what a state of play is. And I know the whole thing with expectations. Well, if you build yourself up, you're going to be disappointed. And when have you not built yourself up for a Sony showcase? And I will show you the previous showcase as a little highlight as to they set the expectations for what a showcase is. And we built our expectations off of what they set for us. So it wasn't like that you were walking into a McDonald's expecting a Gordon Ramsay steak. You go into Gordon Ramsay steak based off of the expectations set by Gordon Ramsay. There he is right there. So, you walk in McDonald's, you expect what you're getting. You walk into a fancy-ass restaurant, Gordon Ramsay's there, $30 steak, there's an expectation that comes with that. And that's set by the industry. That's set by the restaurant. That's set by the corporation. Those expectations for us. Whether we want to expect it again or under expect it, that's up to you. And that's where your own personal rating comes in. For me, I felt like this was a missed opportunity for them. And that's where the frustrating thing was. Is that this was a perfect opportunity. You have them lined up. If you want to say you're still competing with Xbox. You're still competing, Jim Ryan. You never said Xbox was not your competition. Phil said that. You are ready to stomp them out, so you go stomp them out. Why would you do a hokey dokey show with kind of like playing it safe, doing what you did, and we'll explain what they did, and kind of leave them room for interpretation, room for a chance to demonstrate something that you didn't demonstrate? Why would you give that advantage to them, knowing where they are right now? They're a mess. And nothing in this showcase is going to replace and correct what's going on at Xbox. Xbox has their own set of problems. Their quality games, Redfall is not all of a sudden better now because Sony decided not to show all their bangers. All right? Quality games at Microsoft's first party still need to be proven. It's just a different conversation. So, for those who are celebrating this as like now Microsoft could come back, you are far away. Remember, you weren't even playing the game before. You're in the parking lot. They just happened to drop the ball a little bit. So, be very clear on that. The quality games at Microsoft issue is still an issue. Phil Ness still exists. That's the issue. Yes, that's still there. But this was their opportunity to demonstrate their competition, their stronghold in the market. You are a leader, and they kind of played it by the books. But we're going to show what my kind of speculation as to why they showed what they showed. He wanted to grab total mind share. He wanted to block the deal. He wanted to do all this stuff because they are still in competition. He never comes out and going, we are not competing with Xbox, we're competing with us. He never comes out with that kind of horse shit. He's a very competitive driving this thing. You know, here are numbers. Look at us numbers versus look at these things. Like, they're demonstrating their competition against Sony, against Nintendo, and Xbox. So when you have an opportunity, when it's show season, as Phil called it, showcase season, well, you lead with your best foot forward, right? You kind of held off, or you didn't show everything you want to show, and why? And that's where I had to scratch my head. The stars were aligned. You could have definitely led this showcase and set the tone. And another thing is that the PlayStation 5 is in stores now. The stock issue has been resolved. I could see something like this where you can't go out and go buy a PlayStation. But the PlayStation is in stores now. The PSVR 2 is in stores right now. It just went into physical stores out of their PlayStation store. Wouldn't you want to make sure that this thing that's watched by over 500,000, 800,000 people is a marketing beat for somebody to go, holy crap, I need to go get a PlayStation VR 2. Even the Beat Saber thing, I was like in blind rage about it. They glossed over that so quickly. Beat Saber coming to PSVR 2, and guess what, everybody? It's a free upgrade. If you own Beat Saber on the PSVR 1, it's a free upgrade to PSVR 2 with all your music carrying over that you purchased. In addition to the Queen thing, which I bought, which is incredible. Don't you think that's a good little marketing beat to highlight in the showcase? Like, everybody who owned VR 1 Beat Saber, you just get VR 2 Beat Saber, as it should. But don't you think that would be, whoa, okay, great. Beat Saber, one of the biggest games in VR, is now available on PlayStation VR. And what you owned, if you owned the first one, you get the second one. Free upgrade. If I was doing the showcase, that would have been a big highlight right there. And you want to know? Yeah, boy, no, I didn't know that either. I found it out on Twitter from Beat Saber that tweeted it out saying, oh, free upgrade. Like, head scratching. Head scratching. Well, why wouldn't you promote that? It's in stores right now. I don't get it. So, why did they do what they did, right? But first, we go into this. I want to do a nice little time capsule of expectations, right? We're going back in time, grinders. To Sony Showcase, the last one that they did. The Showcase in 2021. Showcase. Sony, what did you do here? Let's hear what Jim Ryan had to say. Let's see how he introduced this one. Where are you, Mr. Jim Ryan? Oh, I had him all poised up here.
We always love the opportunity to speak directly with our community. The new technology in PS5 enables development teams to build more exciting, immersive, and compelling worlds, showcasing their creative vision as storytellers. We've never been more grateful for the PlayStation community. So thank you for allowing us time to share some significant updates and brand new content. So without further ado, let's look at some new and amazing games.
All right, he looks serious there, right? Let's see what they did at the previous showcase, okay? The word showcase, okay? Let's just run through it real quick. Starts it off with a big Knights of the Old Republic. All right. Oh, baby. I said, wow, an Xbox game, like, you know, something that's associated with Xbox, Knights of the Old Republic. Who the hell knows where it is? Again, at the time. Wow. Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. Stellar Blade. Okay. And what does it say right here? What are we seeing a lot of here? Captured on a PS5. Okay. All right. Here we go. Starting off strong. Okay. All right. What is this one? Still more of that. Predator Eve. 2K. What do they want? Borderlands. Okay, you got your multiplats. And again, you could say it's canceled and all this other stuff. But, well, who knows? Knights of the Republic, who the hell knows? But just the presentation, the showcase, the expectations that came. That's the point that I'm making here. Look at what they showed at the last showcase. Stellar Blade called Project Eve. Captured on the PS5. And notice how it's being shown. Notice how much of captured on PS5 and how much gameplay. That's why something was off. Here's Forspoken. Take it or leave it. Beat the DLC? Great. More gameplay. What do we got here? Rainbow Six Extraction. Got your multiplats, okay? Alan Wake Remastered. Okay. GTA. Back again. Ghostwire Tokyo. Did they show gameplay of this? I guess a mix of gameplay and stuff. Developed, captured on PS5, Guardians of the Galaxy, multi-platform. Okay. This game, they shut this down. The vampire game, but captured on PS5, more gameplay. Blood Hunt. There's Deathloop. Remember, they saw it so many times by this time. Gameplay. This game by Epic Studios. Okay. Chia. Here comes the indie stuff. Here comes Chia, which I think is a really great game. It's been fun. And then now, Uncharted Remastered. PC announcement. And then here you got your recap. And then we got Off the Yacht. Off the Yacht. Where is he? No, here he is. Here he is. Off the Yacht. Off the Yacht. It's what quality. Here he is, out of the VIP club and into your rooms. Here he is, right here.
I'm Herman Hulst, head of PlayStation Studios.
2 buttons undone.
PlayStation Studios, at its heart, is a diverse and passionate group of storytellers at our collective of AAA studios all across the globe. Everything we do is driven and inspired by storytelling. As creators, PlayStation 5 gives us the opportunity to push the boundaries of storytelling even further.
Quality.
Our world-class development teams at PlayStation Studios have already delivered such incredible gaming experiences for PS5, and we're only just getting started.
Oh, yes.
As you'll see today with the lineup of exclusive games coming for PlayStation Studios, we're going to continue to drive innovation, advance gaming, while always embracing the legacy of PlayStation and creating games that matter. Games that you're not going to find anywhere else. Enjoy.
And what did he start with? That was after showing what they showed, right? Here it is. Boom. CGI, Wolverine. Ka-chow. Then, Gran Turismo. Then, who this? Spiderman 2. And what does that say in there again? It says right here. We've seen this trailer a long time. Footage captured on the PS5. It is what it is. Look. The caliber of what they announced at that showcase, that was the last time they called it a showcase. Right? That was the last time. So when you're coming into this as the next showcase, that's right, outside. Ka-chow. As you're coming back into the next showcase, they start you off with this guy. Looking like this. That was what they ended on. They ended their showcase. The last time they called a showcase, they said that. The start of the next showcase, we get this in the beginning. So when you see what they did the last time they called something a showcase, and then they say, here comes the next showcase, where are your expectations? You saw what they announced in that one. And then you go to the previous one, that's where they announced even more games. Horizon, Forbidden West. They even showed God of War at the end of that one. So you got gameplay to God of War at that one. So they showed some hype trailers, and then they said, hey, Wolverine, Spiderman, here's God of War. So if you look at this, look at what they announced in that last showcase, and tell me, going into the next time they call it a showcase, what do you expect? Do you expect this from their first-party studios? Or do you expect starting off with this?
Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, chef.
It's raw. Come on.
Yes, chef.
Next showcase, a year and a half later, we ended on God of War, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Gran Turismo. And we're going to start the show with this guy, with this look. I hope you're excited about what I'm going to show. And we saw what we saw. That's what we started with. A year and a half wait. Expectations set. The last time they called it a showcase. You ended with Herman Holtz, 2 buttons undone, going, now I've got to show. We showed you Knights of the Old Republic. We showed you these multiplayer games. We showed you stellar ass. And now I'm going to show you Wolverine, Spider-Man. Those are just working in the pipeline. But then, God of War and Gran Turismo. I'm out of here. Back to my yacht. Then you wait a year, and that's how you ended the last, quote, showcase. This is how you start the year and a half later showcase. I want to know how many takes they had to do to get him to have an enthusiastic face, because they cut to it. This is you're going to be excited. This is what you expect? No. And that's what I mean. It's their job. They set expectations of what a showcase versus a state of play is. Okay? So when you coming into the next, you're invited to the next showcase. And the last one you did the way you did it. The one before that was even crazier with the reveal of the PlayStation. And they had God of War at the next. We had God of War to reveal. Horizon Forbidden West reveal. And all the games that we've been playing. Ratchet and Clank, Returnal. We didn't know clue. The one before that was Demon Souls, Miles Morales. The whole launch lineup. Sackboy Adventure. Like, you look at these showcases and what they announced at this, quote, showcase. When you label it a showcase, I name it Gordon Ramsay Restaurant. There are expectations that we go into there with. And that's not our fault. And that's why, if you want to go in there and you don't believe it, then you do you. I do me. I know when they called showcase, that means they got a big deal coming. Because at the other showcases versus state of plays, they did this. So why wouldn't you go into a showcase after a year and a half with expectations set to, dude, they're going to show some great first-party games. Can't wait to see it. We know Spider-Man's coming. They've been telling us about it. But what else? We need a phase 2 because we just finished all the games that they had announced at the other showcases. Because beyond Spider-Man, what's coming? And this is how we start a 1.5-year showcase with that. So, where was their first party? Well, now that we saw last showcase, let's see what he did in this showcase, right? We saw Helldivers look good. And again, games, not saying these games are horrible. And I'm not saying their third party wasn't represented the right way and these games are bad and they're going to be bad and indies and all this other stuff. What I'm saying is that if your host is telling you come to the showcase, you're invited, then the host should have a presence. And their presence was very lackluster from what they have previously done as the host of a PlayStation showcase.
You're my #1 customer.
So why did we get this? Jeff B. Game with the 5. He goes, Jez, the showcase was weak, but people need to check expectations to what they described in the PS blog. They only said a few first-party games. Yeah, and you know what, Jeff? Thank you for the super chat, but you know what else they said? They said only PS5 and PSVR 2. And their games were PS5, PC. There were indie games PS5, PS4. You know, one of the major things that they stated about Spider-Man was that it is a only PS5 game. And now they're done with the cross-gen games. That was a marketing pitch that Sony made. Oh, we are now, Spider-Man is PS5 only. And when you title your blog and you say in there will be some glimpses, yes, they said glimpses. Well, I can tell you that Herman Holtz at the end of that one was glimpses. It was a glimpse in Wolverine, a glimpse in Spider-Man, some God of War. That was glimpses to their first party as well. It wasn't a whole showcase of God of War. It was a glimpse. And I'm not saying that this should have been a full showcase of first party games, but the representation of them was a little lack of gameplay. And that's the other thing. Look at how much was shown of gameplay that you've got to scratch your head going, well, wait a second. Is Fair Game ready to show their game? Not actual gameplay. Okay, well, there you go. There's one. Haven's not actual gameplay. And we saw this, right? Then you go to, what's the next one? Here's Haven. Okay, fine. You lead off with not actual gameplay. Okay. Even though you've been priding yourself captured on a PS5. Glimpses. Given their track record, given what they've been doing, captured on a PS5, captured on a PS5. That's been their MO, right? Captured on a PS5. Not captured on PC. And I'm not saying CGI trailers are horrible, but you got to balance it out. And when you look at what they balanced out, they just relied on Spider-Man. And that was it. They said, we're going to do all this other stuff, and then Spider-Man will be our closer, and we'll get what we wanted. And I'm sure they got the effect that they wanted. So then you go, and then the Concord. Here's the other one. PlayStation Studios. Not actual gameplay. It seemed off. It seemed rushed. It seemed like somebody forced them to do this. Because one of the things that Sony said is that we want to, and Herman said this in his interview, we don't want to show things too early. Like, I want to show them, when they're ready. Well, then what does this do? This kind of contradicts what you're saying. Like, I would expect you show games close to, like, coming that are going to have some games. This says coming to 2024. Okay. We fell into this trap. Remember with Redfall. They showed us Redfall at the end of one more thing of a Microsoft showcase, CGI. A 15-minute like CGI. And then we went into the summer without the game. It was supposed to come out in the summer. Now, I'm not saying that this is the same as Redfall, but it's just like, what does that do? And then this. We're going to take time away to show a movie trailer? It's on the PlayStation dashboard. Is this a commercial? This is not even tied into the game in the sense like, hey, that PlayStation car, that model is in Gran Turismo, download it today. You know, the cars that are in the movie, download it today. Nothing. There was no kind of cross relationship of this trailer being in this game showcase. I could see after they showed the trailer, they go, hey, all the cars from the movie will be in the pack coming this summer. Okay. Now I could tolerate a movie being shown in there. But the fact that you're going to do a commercial like this, it's off-putting. Like, no game announcement from this. It's just, it's just some weird stuff. And again, what I'm pointing out is things that you cannot hate it and hate this stuff. Like, oh, I hate this, Sony sucks. And no, I'm not telling you to hate on this. I'm just showing the discrepancies from what they were doing to what they did and why this seems so strange. Same thing goes with this. Marathon, which has a lot of views. Like, I'm not saying this sucks. What I'm saying is this seems very different. And why is it different from what they were doing with the showcase? What's up, Thrifty? Again, I'm not telling you to hate it. I'm not saying give it a 2. Because I think people saying that, it's a 1, a 2. I think that's horseshit. I gave it a 6. And Spiderman carried it. But it was a head scratcher as to the rest of this thing. And Corey, you're kind of countering everything I'm trying to say. Like, you're being very literal here. Going like, well, the cars in the movie are already in the game. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, stop being so factual in this thing. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, why would you put a movie trailer in there if there's no kind of announcement that goes along with the game? You want to be very specific and say, well, those cars are in there. Okay, fine. The cars are in there. But then why is a movie trailer in a game showcase? Did they say that? Was that your expectation? Did they say, oh, and there will be some movie trailers? No, they didn't. What I'm saying is, where's the relationship to gaming? And as a gamer, that's what you should be asking. You shouldn't be giving excuses like, oh, no, it's fine. Show movie trailers in the game. Well, you're just getting upset that I'm over expecting stuff and going back to the blog and seeing what they said in the blog. Well, where did they tell you in the blog that you're going to have entertainment movie trailers in there? Did they say that? Because my expectation is that you come to a PlayStation showcase, you're going to see PlayStation games and other games. You're going to see games. This wasn't a Sony Entertainment Showcase, Sony Movie Studios. Why would they show a movie studio if it wasn't associated with some content in the game? Then it could be a little bit more tolerable, but you showed it like a commercial. And that's the thing. It is out of place. And even if the cars are in the game, if you're going to put a movie trailer in there, then you make it seem like, hey, these will be in the game. Or, hey, this skin is in the game, the skin from the movie. Okay, you remember they do like Spiderman. They'll show a trailer to Spiderman, and then they will say, hey, you know what? That costume he's wearing in the trailer, download it now today. True Virgil, you hanging by those nuts. But even Marathon, everything seemed premature from their first party. When You look at those other showcases, their first-party gameplay was the piece of the showcase. It seemed very rushed. It seemed very kind of like put together. Get some trailers. Exactly. While we're waiting, yeah, boy, right? While we're waiting for the countdown for the 15 minutes, show the trailer then. Show the trailer to Last of Us TV show. Like, wind people up with, hey, here's our other IPs and other medias. You know? Right, yeah. But not at the tail end after you kind of been building up. Because, you know, you do a show, you're building up to the finale, right? You're building up to the headliner. And I feel like the pacing of this whole thing, the way Sony chose to show this was like, hey, we're going to show Concord, a Concord like this. Like, look at how this ended and how the other showcase ended. And that's what I'm trying to say. This showcase didn't feel right. I'm not saying hate it, love it, give it a 1, give it a 10. That is you. And who cares what I give it? This is how I felt that this was weird. This was not what we would expect from a showcase. And why? Look at the ramp up for the headliner. Concord, no gameplay from the Fire Sprite. You got this, right? Where is it? It's so fast. This thing. Here's your ramp up to the finale. Concord, Gran Turismo movie trailer. Then he comes out here after he comes off of a trailer, a movie trailer, and then proceeds to show you a PlayStation accessory of a screen strapped to a phone called Project Q, or internally Q. No demonstration. What is this running? What is this doing? You just threw this out there. You could cloud game remote play. Okay, everybody, and here's some earbuds. You ended it like an infomercial. You didn't embrace that device and be like, this is our next way of how you could play your games away from your console. Like, really promote this thing. He's like, we got a screen strapped onto a controller. All right, and some earbuds. This is the ramp up. Concord screenshot. Movie trailer. Strap-ons for your controller. And earbuds. And now I'm done. Here's Spiderman. That was off. That seemed really strange. Really off. That's the thing. And I'm not saying hate on it, love it. Some people want. But again, if you're gonna if I'm gonna show you some device, a new thing like this, I'm gonna have a little bit more oomph to it. A little bit more oomph. Like, okay, well, like, look, like, listen how after the movie trailer, this dude comes on. You just watched the movie trailer with no game associated, no content.
Thank you for joining us today.
He's like, we're done.
Before we get into our final game, I have a few announcements to share. At PlayStation, innovation is our passion. And that applies to not just what games you play, but how you play them. Later this year, we will launch a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. Internally known as Project Q, it has an 8-inch HD screen and all of the buttons and features of the DualSense wireless controller.
That's all he had to say. It's called internally Project Q. Why would you do that? Why, like, did Sony say this is Project Neo for our VR system? No. Here's our VR system. Like, they really kind of show a project name. That's like more of Xbox stuff. That's more of Microsoft going Project Scarlet, Project Scorpio, Project Bloom, Project Oasis, Project this. Microsoft kind of markets project names because it's very hard. They did it with Project Natal, Project Q-Tip. That's what I'm calling it. Project Natal. It's really hard to create marketing beats when you call it a project name and then at the end you're like, oh, and now it's called Connect, everybody. What about Project Natal? Project Natal for a year.
You're my
Project
number
Natal.
one customer.
No, we're changing it to Connect. It's like, oh, Connect? Now I got to call it a Connect? Project Scarlet. No, it's called Xbox One. Why? Sony really never did Project Neo. They never really named a project name. They never did a project name. So why would you, again, premature, very kind of not really strange. Like somebody had, a threat to Jim Ryan. I want to see a project thing. I want to see this. Project Q-Tip. Just the tip. Brian, that's a good marketing term right there. Twisted Sig with the 5. He goes, I really hope Microsoft has a great show to slap Sony to wake up. This felt off, and it was a 4 to me. He said he wants Microsoft to come in there and give Sony the and Satya looks over them and goes,
so everything that we are doing with our content, with our
it seemed off. Twisted Sync. That's exactly what I'm saying. It seemed off. So you're saying the accessibility controller has a project name. Hey, a project name. But that is not a mass market item, dude. This is an accessory to your console. This is something where this is a marketing thing. The accessibility controller is not going to be mass market. That's going to be needed on an as-needed basis. You want to call a project name, fine. But when you're trying to put this at the end of a showcase, dude, showcase. What is you people not understanding? Excuses, damn it. This is the headliner. Don't you understand? This is what he's been building up to. This is the end of the showcase. You watched an hour of this. And this is the headliner. Project Q-Tip. With no explanation. It's called a project name. Like, oh, Project Q-Tip, it's coming. We don't even know. No price, the resolution, like all this like weird premature shit. The headliner.
We look forward to sharing more information in the near future.
Why announce it now? You have a PlayStation VR in fucking stores right fucking now. Why are you announcing this shit? For the near future, you can't go buy Project Q-Tip. What is the purpose of announcing it now? You have a VR system in stores now. You think this was the right time? Oh, we got more coming later. Why? Why? And you could do the same shit on your phone right now. If you can't see, hey, I can't lead a blind man in an orgy. But let me tell you something. This was off. Way off. Project Q-Tip.
And all.
An accessory for your console. Why? More to come later. Why? Who are you trying to impress? Who? Who made you show this? Hell, I would have been... You should have just showed the goddamn new PlayStation portable. The PlayStation goddamn... You should have shown the same goddamn PlayStation friggin' new redesign. If you were going all out with this shit. Headliner. Do you see where I'm going with this? What was the purpose What? There was something. There was something going on. Something seemed off. This gets you excited. Don't you see that this seems a little off too? Like, look at the comment at the bottom. Like, look at this. It says it right there at the bottom of the thing. Games need to be installed on the PS5. Doesn't support VR games. Excludes VR games. It just is a head scratcher. It's like what? Your VR is here. Who forced you to show stuff that wasn't ready? And that's where I say that this was a Spider-Man state of play with an investor's showcase strapped on to this. This was an investor's call. That's what this was. This showcase was for investors. Because I am sure there's pressure because all the talk about cloud and mobile and all this other stuff, these stink-ass investors want to know, what's your strategy, Sony? What are you doing outside of making the bangers? That's why this, I feel, was a forced showcase to show that they are not just a one-trick pony.
You're my number one customer.
An investor's showcase. With Spider-Man to reel us all back in, to give us sanity. Because I don't think this showcase alone would have stood the test of time if they didn't have Spider-Man there. An aim controller, an aim 2 controller. Yeah, boy, now you're talking. Now, hey, you got a VR too? Hey, now a new aim controller. You see people making mods right now, printing out things for the controller for those first person. And guess what? Yeah, boy, you want to know what else? Guess what else? Oh, and now it works with Fireteam Ultra that's going to be releasing soon. There you go. Now you got a controller, a gun controller that works with a brand new game, Fireteam Ultra, that's coming out on PSVR 2. Holy shit, sign me up. Now we're building. Now we're cooking with oil. Now we're cooking with oil. That relates to something. Hey, I'll go get a VR too. Wow, they got this gun accessory that's going to be out there with the VR. Whoa, baby, it has the yeah, okay. Now it makes sense. But this just seems out of left field. This seems out of left field. It's like, whoa, wait a second. You prematurely showed your service games. You're showing some sort of remote mobile strategy. And you're showing your first party without gameplay, without caption. So let's go explore this. Fireteam, Firewall. I said Fireteam Ultra, Firewall. Yes, that game. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. That game, which that wasn't even at the showcase. Talking about VR2. I thought VR2 will have such a bigger presence because it's in stores now. And they had the Ghostbusters game announced. They could have showed gameplay to that. That's on the store right now. You just see a CGI of it. But the Ghostbusters VR game, that would have been a great thing to show at the showcase. Ghostbusters VR. That's a known IP. It's an exclusive game. Let's go. Show gameplay to Ghostbusters. You already have it on the store. No release date or anything, but show some gameplay. I thought VR would have such a bigger showcase. I thought this would be like a big blowout for VR 2 since it's everywhere right now. They got a great lineup of games. Show us the next wave and show us what exclusively you're doing, like another Horizon's Call of the Mountain. You're doing some others. I thought there was going to be a huge VIP there. Ghostbusters would have been great. That was already out there. That's built by Sony Entertainment or whatever. But this This has no correlation to what you have out in the market right now. You don't even have a proper name for this thing. You don't even have any kind of demonstration. You know, at least if Microsoft kind of pulled this crap, they would have basically said, hey, you know what? The post show is going to have a hands-on with the goddamn Project Q-tip. You know what I mean? Dude's like, we'll talk about it later. Well, then what is the purpose of announcing it now? Control with a strap on. But we saw Synapse already, Corey. They showed Synapse at the State of Play. They showed Synapse already. Why would you show it again at the showcase? They showed Synapse. That whole trail, they showed it. It was at the other State of Play. They got so much more. If you just go look at the store, there's so much stuff that they could have added. You want to be additive. But everything seemed off. Stop making excuses. This was off. You could say, well, it was fine for me. Hey, it's fine for you. But you cannot sit there with a straight face and go, dude, this was not typical Sony. Compared to the other State of Play, the showcase I just showed you. This was an investor's call. This was an investment. And you want to know? I'm not just going to sit here and talk out my booty hole. You know, I'm not going to sit here and just talk out my ass. We got to go to the tapes. In the Grindhouse, we go to the goddamn tapes.
Where's the lamb?
So let's go to the tapes. Let's see. So I showed you the companies that they announced, right? Let's go to their acquisitions. Right? Let's see. Let's see who was highlighted during this showcase. It seemed off. Let's see. Haven Studios purchased in 2022, March 21st. Bungie purchased in July 2022. Highlighted at this show. Haven started the show. Firewalk Studios purchased April 2023. Now, Firesprite, they released the game already. They released Call of the Mountain. Nixxes, been making their PC ports. The only two that weren't represented here that they have purchased since the showcase was Housemarque and Bluepoint. But Housemarque, they already have Returnal. And Bluepoint kind of already did Demon Souls. So they were proven. They already were shown. Who do we not see? Who do we hear from? The 3 acquisitions that they made. You don't think investors are like, yo, you bought Bungie for a nice pretty penny, almost $4 million. $4 billion or whatever the hell it is. $4 billion. You bought $7 billion. What are they doing? Marathon. Oh, Marathon. Okay, I got something new. Okay, so it's not just Destiny. Okay. Well, you bought Jade Raymond. She's just sitting around having brunch. What's going on? You spent some money here buying these studios. You bought Firewalk. What are they doing? Having brunch? Show us what your investments are working on because you spent money and bought them. So, just get a title out there. Gameplay wasn't ready. But just get a name out there. What does Concord do for you, the gamer, the person that's watching the show? Doesn't do anything. But know what it does? It tells the investors that they could put a game to an acquisition that Sony made. Now they go, oh, okay, we're good. Firesprite's working on Concord. All right, we got a game with a studio that we bought. Okay, investors are happy. We got a game and a name.
You're my number one
we're
customer.
Good. Because that game, that did nothing for us. It wasn't even a simulation of what a game is. It was a screenshot and a space hamburger. Shout out to King Thrash, man. Go watch his video as well. He says it was a showcase on everything Sony's invested in for PlayStation. We wanted to see old stuff. They wanted to show a showcase to the new. Exactly, Thrash. They wanted to show the other aspect of Sony. That's exactly what they did. And look who they highlighted during this showcase. The 3 recent acquisitions of studios. Bungie making Marathon something new, because Destiny is winding down. Firewalk and Haven. It was an investors showcase. Because if these studios, unproven, Jade Raymond hasn't made a game since Assassin's Creed 2. Firewalk is a bunch of people from other studios. They don't have a reputation. They don't have a history, a recent history of what they can do. They should have kicked them off with some gameplay, some show. How do you start off on that kind of rocky foot? CGI, there you go. And knowing that these are the service games. So let's look at the spreadsheets that came out right before the showcase. Shout out to Zuby Tech. The day before, the financials of Sony. Look who hosted it. Look who it is. Look who it is. Look.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Game and Networks.
Where's the lamb sauce? Melissa.
Yes,
The
chef.
day before this showcase. The day before this showcase. Look. Jim Gordon Ramsay Ryan had a whole bunch of slides. We're dominating. We're dominating. Strongest gaming brand. We're dominating. Stomp them out. The numbers are astronomical. We are dominating. Engagement. Stronger than ever. Spend per console. Dominating. Dominating. Keep the services. Look at the service breakdown. Great. We're dominating. Accessories doing great. But now we come to the portfolio expansion. $50% new, increasing our IP investment. This showcase was built on the purple. This wasn't this. It was in a branch of this section. And because Microsoft, their competition is talking up cloud and all this other stuff, so that is the reason why this showcase seemed off, because a lot of it was kind of focused on this. It's their business? Yeah, obviously it's part of their business. And I'm not saying you like it or love it. And I'm not saying he's wrong for this. But what I'm saying is the reason why this showcase seemed off was why. And I can only associate it with that they focused on this stuff. It was an investors showcase. It was like, hey, where are you with the cloud? Where are you? Where's your position in this mobile strategy? In this service-based world? Are you getting that money? Putting stuff on PC. See how it's changing? See the blue and the green? PC, green. They're shifting. They were more of this. Showing Sony's relationship regarding their first party. And here's the slide. More diverse first party portfolio. I'm talking about their first party. And it just seemed to me that it was rushed. If you're going to have these games coming out possibly next year You show a title screen. You kick these things off with some gameplay, but why would you prematurely do that? Prematurely announce a pre-Q-tip device as your closer. And then basically they strapped on Spider-Man, which Spider-Man saved it. Spider-Man was incredible. Spider-Man is going to blow the roof off it. This is not Sony's in trouble. This is not Sony is in the same case as Microsoft. This is just a head scratcher as to why this showcase seemed off for a lot of people. And I can only associate it that they were appeasing more of the investors than the gamers. Now, if they continue to go this route, then we're going to have an Xbox on our hands. Talking about the 2 billion people I want to touch rather than the core audience. So look what they focused on during this show. You know us for this. And we got this. We got this. But we wanted to highlight more of this. Portfolio, market opportunity, release cadence to maximize publishing capabilities on and off console. Look. Publishing capabilities on and off console. Scaling business profitability for content development. Expanding. But I just feel like if this is, you should start, if you're going to really push this live service stuff, I don't think it did Haven or Firewalk any kind of justice in what they did during this showcase. Like, I really feel like it was more of throwing them to the wolves rather than embracing the live services. And that's just where I feel like it was more, it was just like, get it out there for, not for the gamers.
You're my number one customer.
The people I just showed, like, let's put some proof behind what I just presented the day before. And that's why I feel that this was definitely more of just appeasing the spreadsheets that were shown the day before than actually doing anything for the gamers. And that's why I think this was just not a good showcase. It was not good. And I'm not saying not good than the games that they shown from third party or whatever they got, Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, Project Q, Project Zero, whatever that is, some of those indie games. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying that sucked. I'm saying what Sony's representation, their first-party representation, the reason why it's called a, quote, PlayStation Showcase and not just a Jeff Keighley smuggling grape show, you're the host. Bring the heat. You're the host. You created this time. You said you invited us to May because you had something to talk about. But then you invite us and don't show gameplay to the stuff that you're announcing. Haven, Firewalk, you just show a title screen. Well, why are you inviting us here if the party's not ready? That's where I think a lot of people took it. They're like, wait, you're inviting us because you got some stuff to show us. It's about time, too. It's been a year and a half. It's about time. But they didn't show it. It's like, but Firewalk's not ready to show their game. Haven didn't show. They're not ready. Why would you put them out there like that? We don't know what they make. Jade Raymond, we heard about her. She does great stuff. Back in Assassin's Creed 2 days, but what has she done? She got let go. Like, Google shut her down. They let her go because they shut their whole Stadia down. Like, she's kind of out there. But it doesn't do justice to these games. Why would you force Haven Studio to do a CGI trailer for something and not have a gameplay? Firewalk, that's a disservice to them. Maniolos with the 5, he goes, Jez, there was an investors meeting at Sony headquarters the day of the show, so you're totally correct. There you go. They're the slides. An investors meeting at Sony at the day of the show. This was an investors showcase with Spider-Man carrying it. Spider-Man made you remind, like, oh yeah, they're still, Sony's still Sony. PlayStation's still there. They're still there. And I showed you the showcase from the year and a half before. Captured on PS5, gameplay. We're going to show you this. Herman Holtz wasn't even there. They didn't even have Herman Holtz present Spider-Man, introduce Spider-Man. There's some weird-ass shit with this showcase. It was weird. And are they going to do a second one? They better damn well do. They should. Will they show something at Jeff Keighley's thing? They should. Are they? I don't know. But I think they should. Yeah, all things PlayStation. People rushing Sony for a showcase. You know, that's another good point, too. Did they feel the pressures that they had to say something? That's a good point, too. But it seemed very kind of fitting to the slides that they were showing, because I was looking at the slides from Zuby and put them out there, and then seeing what they shown, I'm like, this is Sony just showing, hey, we are more than just the PlayStation that you know. But again, I'm not saying that that's the reason why the showcase should be overlooked. No, the showcase sucked. I didn't like it. It's still a 6. I still think it was not effective at all. And I criticize the same shit that I would criticize this. What does Concord or whatever, I don't even know the game name. It's a friggin' logo. What does that do? It does nothing. It doesn't show us what kind of game it is. That's the problem. And that's the same bullshit that Microsoft's been doing for the last 5 years. Contraband. Oh, and it gets on the list on Twitters. And they're celebrating. What are you celebrating? I'm not celebrating that. But I had to figure out why the hell was this such a strange showcase. It wasn't traditionally a showcase of what they do. And looking at their investors, what the hell they did, it was an investors one. It was to appease the growth of their services, of their strategies, of their mobile solutions, of their beyond the console audience. So, it was a Philness. It was a Jimness. This was touching all the people outside of the core audience that came expecting to see banger after banger after banger and all their first-party studios. You titled it as such, PS5, PSVR 2. You brought the headliners, but you didn't bring the content. And I just don't think it was fair for those live service games. I think Bungie will be fine with Marathon. I think that's going to be fine. But I think, for Haven and Firewalk, I don't think it was such a great, a great position for them. And I don't know why they would do that to them. Unless the investors needed to see something from their investments. And that's where I think that came from. I think that's where it was. It was like, hey, well, you bought these studios. What did they do? What are they doing? What are they doing? What did they do? Okay, it's officially out there. They're working on this game. Okay. All right, investors, calm the hell down. And that's the other thing that, Siru says. Show me what comes after Spider-Man and Wolverine. Exactly. They really haven't.
You just made the list.
They have not like everything that they announced, and it goes back to that other thing that I showed. That other thing that I showed back here with the it was under my bookmarks here. Like, look. You want to see what majority of stuff that was announced during the showcases? Look at the difference. Well, this shows the difference, but this is, it puts kind of people as to this is the timing for it, right? Yeah. Like, look. PlayStation Showcase 2020 announcements. Everything's been released. And whatever they announced in 2021, which I just showed you, majority of that has been released. God of War, Spider-Man's going to be released this year, and whatever comes Wolverine. Knights of the Republic, who the hell knows about that one, but that's not their first party. But people talking phase 2. It's time to show kind of, well, okay, so now that we're only focusing on PS5, and again, I'm not saying that it's not there. We know it's there. We know that they got the gusto. We know that they got it. And I just think we're anxious to see it. They got the VR2 out there. You got the games. I want to see some next-gen VR2 games. I want to see what only on PS5 means. We saw Returnal. We saw Ratchet and Clank. Even saw with Horizon Call of the Horizon Burning Shores, what a untethered Horizon would look like. And like I said, and I'm probably spoiled because I came off of that end fight in Horizon Burning Shores going, holy, they said only on the PS5 they could do this kind of fighting. Oh my God. And I'm like, what's next? Look at that, a Horizon Forbidden West untethered to a PS4 cross-gen. Look at what they're able to do with Burning Shores. Her facial animations, the draw distance,
You're my number one
the combat
customer.
scenarios. You sold it. You told us this is only capable with the PS5. We couldn't do this boss fight in any other. They blown smoke up our ass, whatever. But you are making it a point that Horizon is untethered to a cross-gen thing, and you're able to do this. So that gets me excited when you say showcase. I'm like, and they said Spiderman untethered. It's a PS5 only game. All right, now let's see all your studios working on PS5 only games. Let's see what the next wave is going to be. We don't have to deal with cross-gen games anymore. Not to say that those games were bad, God of War or anything like that were held back, but still.
You're my number one customer.
Look at what Horizon was able to do. And that's what we needed to see. And that's what we expected to see. Donnell Brown goes, I have a question for you, Jez. We got people on Twitter saying Sony does not listen to fans. Why would they listen to fans on Twitter? Yeah. You're right, Donnell. This whole they listen to fans, I think it's just pandering to the audience. I think they could care less about. Herman Holtz was getting his friggin' splits ass. Herman Holtz, you want to see something?
I'm going to have to apologize ahead of time because I'm going to stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
Wait, I got something for you, dude. Did you see, dude? Oh, balls. Wait a second. I got to show you something. You want to see if they don't listen to Donnell? This goes to what you're saying, right? Where is it? Oh, my God. I think it's the latest tweet. Let me see. Where is he? Oh my God. Where is Herman Holtz? Congrats. Did you see that thread? Did you see that thread? Oh my God. Where is it? Oh, I gotta just click on his name. I'm gonna find it. Yo, this one right here, dude. You want to see? He listened to fans on Twitter. Couldn't be more thrilled and proud of what's coming from PlayStation Studios. Spider-Man 2. Shout out to our new family. See? Special shot. Look at. You tell me investors are not looking? Grind it. Again, listen. I'm not giving excuses. Honestly, dude. I'm not here to give excuses and just say, oh, this is the reason why. And I'm just trying to say, I'm trying to make connections here. I'm trying to think, why were they different? And again, this is speculation. I'm not saying this is gold, I'm right and you're wrong. Listen, I'm not like that. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You guys, everybody, guys and girls, you could do whatever, you say whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm just trying to put it together in my head and not making excuses to kind of satisfy this stuff. Just kind of figure out what the hell's going on over there. And when I saw who they highlighted, I was like, wait a second, they just recently bought them all. And then they had that investors thing. And I'm like, trying to make connections. And again, entertainment for what it is, take it what you will. I'm not telling you that this is the right thing, but it's just so strange. It could be. Who the hell knows? But that's why we're here. We're figuring this shit out. Who knows? I don't know. You got better ideas, share them. I don't know. But weird, right? Special shout out to our new family members.
You're my number one customer.
Haven Firewalk. Phil Ness comes in there. You know when there's death around there. Phil Spencer's coming right up there sniffing that thing.
End of the line.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
Phil Spencer, I don't even know why Phil Spencer's even involved. Listen, we're not doing what the competition's doing.
That if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation.
Phil, why are you even involved here? You lost. You suck.
Oh no! We suck again!
Phil, you're not even in the same conversation as them. Get out of there, Phil. Herman's talking about quality games like Spider-Man 2. You don't make that kind of shit.
Just focused more on great games.
You wouldn't know a great game if it smacked you in the ass and called you Susie. Get out of there, Phil.
Just focused more on great games on our console.
They're doing their job. They're doing Spider-Man. Get your ass out of there.
Just focus
violation
on great games on our console that somehow we're going to win.
Violation. Phil Ness in the building. Really get your low quality ass out of Herman Holtz's DMs.
Oh no! We suck again.
Get out of there, Phil. You wouldn't know great games. He's talking about what? Congratulations, Spider-Man 2. Dude, Phil Spencer, you just said you don't make great games. Get your ass out of there. Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the friggin' bathroom.
Our console that somehow we're going to win the console race, I think doesn't really lay into the reality.
Order in this court, Phil.
Like 90% of the people.
You don't know quality shit.
The two youths.
To what? What was that word? To what?
What?
Get out of
there. Yeah, two youths.
What is a ute?
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. Two youths.
Phil, get your ass out of there. We can't compete. You're third or fourth. You're irrelevant. You have no ability. Your congrats are worth nothing. Get the hell out of there. Award-winning Phil Ness.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Herman Holtz shouldn't even reply. Herman, you don't need to reply to him. He don't make quality games. He wouldn't know Spider-Man if it grabbed him in the ass and put him in a spider web.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Get them the fuck out of here. Phil Spencer, get your trolling ass out of Herman Holtz's DMs. All right?
It's not even pink. This is raw.
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
God damn it. Phil Spencer sliding into Herman Holtz's DMs, telling him congratulations. Get the hell out of here, Phil.
Sign me, please, I will bend over and touch. My knees tell me it's better when we all play the make exclusive games and lie.
Who would reply to Phil Spencer? You don't reply to his ass. You just said we're doing something different. Sony makes it hard to be Xbox. Spider-Man 2 is an example of that. Get your ass out of Herman Holtz's DMs. You can't compete for shit. Get the hell out of here. Wouldn't even know a goddamn thing. Feels like, you know what, Herman? Congratulations on Spider-Man 2. I'm warming up my tramp stamps for FanFest. He's like, we're hosting everybody. Listen, did you see? I think I'm gonna. Did you see this shit? This is what Phil Spencer's warming up to. Here it is. He's in his goddamn Herman Holtz's DMs. Look at this. This is what they're doing. They want to show that Starfield trash on a goddamn big screen. And it's going to be so bad that Microsoft is offering you $10 credit for snacks. Because they know their show's going to be dog shit. They're going to pay you. That's what Phil's getting ready for. That's what he's getting ready for. Herman Holtz showing Spider-Man 2. Phil Ness sliding in his DMs. Meanwhile, he's preparing everybody for the goddamn movie showcase. where they'll pay you $10 in goddamn popcorns and niblets to watch their dog shit. It's like, you know what? That show sucked, but damn, they gave me $10 for a popcorn. Oh, shit, this is great. And the goobers. I got some goobers. I'm going my goo. There. That Starfield gameplay was, that kind of sucked right there, but you know what? These goobers that they gave me are really good. It was $10 credit for watching this dog shit. Oh, damn, there we go. Phil Spencer giving you $10 to watch his show on the cinema. How you going to complain? You know what? That show sucked, but you know what? I got a good box of goobers here. The hell out of here.
Another one.
Goddamn, Phil Spencer will be doing a goddamn friggin' flute performance. I'm like, that sucked, but you know what? These $10, they're paying us. The tickets are free, and they're giving you $10 and snacks. What are we doing here? We're even throwing in $10 credit for snacks. They pay you to watch their show. This is what we're doing here. And this summer, Phil Spencer's the usher. He's the usher. Phil Spencer's like, yo, I can just see him come on them. You imagine sitting there in a theater and goddamn the screen is huge and you see a big picture of Phil Spencer with his T-Rex arms sitting up there going like, guys, I like, you know, like almost like, dude, I'm telling you, he is friggin' Mickey Mouse. Oh boy. Hey everybody, welcome to the theater today. Please look to the left and to the right. You'll see your ushers there. I can't be with you right here in the theater, but please enjoy the $10 coupon on us for the goobers and for popcorn. Please enjoy the popcorn provided to you by Phil S. Spencer. I could not be there in person, but I'm here in LA. Oh boy. Please look at your ushers to the left and to the right. They will also be having tramp stamps that will be of my signature, so therefore you could feel that you got your ass signed by me. Oh boy. Please line up accordingly to the left and to the right, and the ushers will be proud to stamp you wherever you want on your body. These are A1. A1. Oh boy. Oh boy. These are my signatures. These are my signatures made in a stamp just for you in the audience right there. Enjoy your popcorn on Phil Ness. Oh boy. Oh. We will do. If you want that stamp on your ass, woo, put down those pants. Ooh. Put down those pants and we will tramp stamp you wherever you want. This is an exact replica, authentication. You will get an authentic seal of quality from Phil Ness. Oh boy, this is an authentic tramp stamp only at FanFest. So please line up accordingly to the left and to the right and enjoy the show. Oh, it's just me. That's some of the bitches in Herman Holtz's DMs telling him about Spiderman. Goddamn, authentic tramp stamps confirmed. Thinking he's going to have tramp stamps, replicas of his signature, right for your ass. I couldn't be there today. Oh. But enjoy the popcorn. Free on Microsoft. Enjoy. Now let me show you some dog shit. Oh, boy. Get in there, Goofy. Oh, gosh. Greenberg Catering. Oh, gosh. Greenberg Catering. The popcorn provided to you by Greenberg Catering. The same one that we served to Kojima. Oh, boy. There you go. That's what they're doing. $10 for snacks. God damn it. Ooh. Back to where Phil is. Now, Phil knows about quality games, so he went to Herman Holtz. Anyway, man, I missed all the super chats here. Manuel says, I sent you the facts on Twitters. Oh, shit. He sent me some facts on Twitters. And yours here. I gotta find it. Hold on. Breath, Mickey Mouse. Goddamn. Donnell Brown to 5. He goes, and the 2021 showcase was trashed. What? Donnell, I just showed it. People were saying that it was only good because of Wolverine, which was CGI. The Wolverine was CGI. The Spider-Man said captured footage. Well, who knows? But then they had God of War. I don't know. And they had Gran Turismo. So they had two, and that's what I mean. Like, there needs to be a balance, dude. There needs to be a balance. Like, if you're going to show some CGI, that's fine. I'm not, like, going ape shit over CGI, right? But when that's all you show, and that's the problem that Microsoft has, Mickey Mouse. CGI this, title screen this, and then we don't hear from them in ages. But when you show gameplay, and that's why I said Spider-Man saved them. Like, that was a lot of gameplay for Spider-Man, which is great. It's just unfortunate that they didn't have more from their first-party studio since they invited us to a showcase where they highlighted a lot of big games in their last showcase in 21. Like, I went back because I wanted to see if there was, like, a whole indie reel and shit. It wasn't. Dude, it was, like, third-party big games. It was exclusive third-party games, like Final Fantasy, I assume. And then they topped that off with Wolverine, Spider-Man, Gran Turismo, and God of War. And they announced Knights of the Old Republic in the beginning. So, like, that has some reputation. You could do a title screen for Knights of the Old Republic, and people go, oh, damn. You do a title screen for Fire Sprite, Concord. You're like, who? That's the difference. That don't hold any weight. An unproven team not knowing what they're making. What is the game? That doesn't hold any weight, Concord. Knights of the Republic, yeah, you could flash a screen right there and people turn heads. You could do that. You know, a Naughty Dog game. Naughty Dog's next game. Working on Stars. Or something like that. You're like, oh shit, Naughty Dog on Stars. Oh man. There's a reputation there. There's an expectation. You could drop some bombshells with a title screen when there's a history there. There's something that you're understood. Even with that Spider-Man, we played Miles Morales. We played Spider-Man. We saw what Insomniac does. Now they're doing Spider-Man 2. Dude, they could have just shown a logo and people will shit their pants. Knowing their history. But when you have Jade Raymond, who hasn't made a game since Assassin's Creed and been all over the place, and now she's here showing a CGI, at least it showed a little bit of the game concepts. Okay, fine. But the other one? That doesn't do them justice at all. So CGI is not the devil, but it's just when you don't know the game and know who the company that's making it and what's going on, there's a problem. Helldivers 2 look good, though. I gotta say, that looked good. Like I said, the show wasn't bad for the games that they showed. The show was bad for the Sony representation at the Sony showcase. That's the problem. And they had too much of that. They showed too much gameplay of stuff that didn't need gameplay. We didn't need to see a whole realm of gameplay of Final Fantasy 16. All those indie games. Foam washing that ass. We didn't need to see that foam ass washing. Ball washing foam game. I don't need to see gameplay to that. It was too long a gameplay. But that's the problem. They focused too much. Like, they kind of threw their stuff. It wasn't ready. That's the thing. That's why it disappointed a lot of people. Oh, it's not a double standard, Froggy. No, it's not. It's the same shit that Microsoft does. All right? They haven't shown gameplay worth of shit. You wouldn't know gameplay if it smacked your ass. That's why he's going to show people in the theater. He's paying you $10 to go watch his shit. Finally, look at Starfield gameplay. Dude, it's been locked away like the friggin' the Queen's Jewels. And that, yeah, but I agree. The leakers suck, too. I gotta say, their leakers suck. Ruining everything. And know what else? The leakers fight themselves. It's the leakers versus the leakers. But anyway, back to Herman Holtz's thing. So he got friggin' roasted. Is he listening to Twitter? Dude, Herman, the show wasn't good. Phil Spencer sliding his DMs. Bad show. Too many indies. Too many we already knew about. Movie trailer. See it turns public. Where's Faction? Sony Bend, Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch. Blue Point. This ain't it. I'm sorry, but this was underwhelming. Underwhelming, yes, underwhelming. Make me feel like this. PlayStation Showcase was not good. We've waited 2 years for that. Step up your game. Spider-Man 2 saved the day. Agreed. Worst showcase you've ever done, even though they done 4 or 3. Herman, we need to talk. Like, come on, guys. What I'm saying is 3 years in, right? We're 3 years into this generation, post VR2. And there's a lot of stuff that we have no announcements. And if you look, some of these dudes, they're working on multiple projects, supposedly. Horizon, unannounced multiplayer, second project, third project, Naughty Dog, current project, standalone project. Hell, you want to hear something else? I'm going to give you some other stuff. Listen to this. What is it? The game? Oh, no, not Game Awards. What was it? Summer Smuggling Grapes. 2022.
Of Uncharted and Last of Us, and you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year, so wait till next.
We have a concept art that we want to show, but what I can tell you is that this game is big.
Okay.
It's as big as any of our single-player games that we've done, and in some ways bigger. It's got a story. The way we're telling that story is very unique to this game. It's got a brand new cast of characters. It takes place at another place, another part of the United States.
It's like a city might be somewhat familiar, some people.
I'm sure our fans have already figured it out. And it's really cool. And it's being headed by Vinith Agarwal, Anthony Newman, and Joe Pantnati, all veterans of Uncharted and Last of Us. And you're going to see a lot more of this game come next year.
Next year, so wait till next year to hear more about that one. Okay, well, very exciting that this has evolved, and I mean, that concept art looks incredible. I can't wait to see Naughty Dog storytelling fused with multiplayer live game.
It's something special. We can't wait to show it either.
Can't wait.
Okay, well, that's not all. We also have something that I've been reading about on the internet every day, it feels like. Up in Calgary, they're filming the
But hear what he says
story,
before that, right?
The way
Listen to this.
Sold over 10 million units. And that kind of support, that kind of success, we're so grateful to our fans. It has allowed us to grow as a studio, and now we can take on multiple projects, more than we've ever had at the same time.
Multiple projects. Okay, very interesting. So
everybody working on multiple projects. So you're saying this stuff. It's like, where is it? And, hey, maybe it's there. Who the hell knows? But it is what it is. But they're working on multiple projects, so you got all this stuff. It's like, hey, if you're willing to share a goddamn CGI screen, a CGI title screen for Fire Sprite, why don't you show title screens for this stuff? Unless you're trying to send some sort of message. Some investors satisfying somebody else rather than us. And that's where I think this whole showcase was off. It was satisfying a different message, a message of service games, of a mobile strategy, some sort of like an accessory type thing. And then, oh, by the way, he has Spider-Man. And that's kind of what summed it up. True Witty with the 2, he goes, the showcase was dog shit. Sony should be ashamed. Yeah, they should. They know what they got. We kind of know what they got. Show it. And the thing is that the opportunity was there. Phil Spencer was crying. They could have they could have set expectations for the PS5 and PSVR. Boom. Let's go. You had over 700,000 people watching that show. You could have made a statement. And, you did. And I think it would have been a bigger hit if Spider-Man was just there because that's what they did last year. They just said Horizon, State of Play.
You're my #1 customer.
And they should have done that. They should have basically took Spider-Man, done a State of Play. Just break down Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, have a developer kind of conversation after the fact, like a little video clap, and that's it. But they didn't do that. So they spent all this other stuff. They showed why show all that stuff, and it brought kind of everybody down. And then ended with a trailer to a movie. Jim Ryan's like, and then I got to show you one game. Oh, by the way, here is Project Q-Tip and earbuds. Good night. And here's Spider-Man. Real strange. But the audience was for somebody different, even though they try to tell us that we're invited to this PS5 extravaganza showcase. So, yeah, it was just very interesting on what they did there. And it wasn't that great. Like, it was just, and here, like, already, this is what happens when you just kind of, gloss over something. It's getting the reception that it gets, right? I'm not hating on the movie. I'm going to go see that movie, Ant. I saw the trailer on the dashboard. And that's another thing. True Radio with the 2. The fact that Microsoft was able to troll you when the guy was he was like, we don't compete, we suck again. We talk about it. We laugh about it. We do this on this show. Like, we talk about how pathetic that interview was with Phil Spencer.
Oh, no! We suck again!
The fact that they were able to just do one tweet and showed about 80% of what you showed and said, hey, it's coming to Xbox. It's so strange. When Sony's the one it made it look like Sony's not making these deals. Why would they show multi-plat games if they have deals? Like, what? Like, why was it there at a PlayStation showcase? Why would you show all that stuff that was not timed exclusive, Sony perks? Like, you talked about how you want everybody to feel special, the PlayStation, and then you go and just show games that are everywhere. No timed exclusivity, no perks, no beta announcements that are exclusive to PlayStation. All that stuff. And then you just go, it's just a multi-platform game. That's it. Like, the whole show. Like, Microsoft was able to tweet out 10 games from your show that were just like, yep, we're getting them too. It's like, whoa. You gave them a room to breathe. You gave them a shot at you. It's just so strange. When you had them on the ropes, like, you had them struggling to try to find their identity, and they're still that. It doesn't help them. But the fact that they're able to troll you like that, I just don't understand why they would try to show those games when you have Jeff Keighley's third-party extravaganza. Like, what the hell is Jeff Keighley showing then? Now, there was a couple exclusives like Final Fantasy and they had the exclusive beta to Street Fighter, so, like, that was there. But I just don't get, how Microsoft, who was just, like, down and out. They're not. That's bullshit. That they're there. They will sling mud when they need to sling mud. They could say that they're not competing all they want. They are competing. They're sly sons of bitches. And you should not drop your guard. You should keep delivering to your PlayStation customers. So you should be having a PlayStation showcase and showing why these games belong on a PlayStation showcase. Of course, you're going to have multi-platform games, but you should have games there that also maybe you have some sort of advantage with. You have some sort of marketing with. You have some sort of exclusivity with. And it wasn't too much of that. It was just blatant, just like third-party game. Whoop, there you go. Games everywhere. And that whole drama with IGN taking that, like that, did you see that stuff? That's like another topic stuff. But, like, dude, like, this part here, where is it? So apparently, like, look, this is what Microsoft tweeted out. This shit's wild. This is what Microsoft tweeted out with Xbox games, and IGN took it, cropped it, and added IGN PlayStation Showcase. And then the dude at Stein, the guy at Microsoft, was like, quote, a quote retweet is easier than editing and watermarking an asset, right? He called it an asset, a marketing asset. This is what they tweeted out. And then IGN cropped it and put their own thing on it. There's some crazy-ass drama going on with IGN and stuff. But like this was the thing. They were able to show this and go, yep, it's there. Like everything's there. And the same thing, like Marathon. Bungie came out. It's like, we are everywhere. Cross-play, blah, 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 blah. And it's just... Immortals, we already seen that as well. That was at a state of play. Well, EA did their own show for that one. Well, they showed they did a trailer for the Immortals. Did they do that? Quanvo says they did this in 2020 and 21. You know what? I think so, Quanvo. Like, and I think Greenberg's the one who does that. Quanvo, I think Quanvo's right. Like, Greenberg's the one that does. But IGN, dude, that's savage. Wait, Quanvo, you're saying IGN did this? Or you're saying that Microsoft did this? Destin's getting a fight with Tim Dog? Dude, they're fighting over this thing. It's insane. Dude, it's crazy right now. Gaming is... I don't know, man. I have no clue what the hell's going on, dude. So you're saying... Because he's pissed off that Destin Laguirre is defending his employees on doing this stuff. That's why. Destin's like, no, this is not like, he's like doubling down or tripling down on it. And, Destin is kind of like tripling down on it. Like, hey, here they all come, the check marks, the 3 C's. Danny Pina, yeah, they all show up here. See, this is what Microsoft tweeted out here. And then Tim Dog is yelling at IGN, and then Destin is defending IGN, and then Tim is going after Destin. I don't know where the hell it is. Here, well, that's another fight there. Floridian and Tom Warren, they're fighting in that with the CMA trash. That's another battle. But yeah, that whole thing. But yeah, this was the tweet. And you see what IGN did here? And then they did this. So everybody's up in arms saying how media bias. Media bias. Yeah, this is what Microsoft tweeted out. And this is what True is talking about. And again, that's a lot. And you see it's a lot. Alan Wake 2 looked awesome. Metal Gear will be interesting. Marathon, whatever that is. But we'll see. Show on show violence. Oh my God, the CMA, I don't know. That documents, we saw those again. This Civil War is going on all over the place. There's Pony Civil Wars, there's Xbox Civil Wars, there's everything. People yelling at each other about the showcase. Hey, if you liked it, if that satisfied everything, your expectations, then that's great for you. I'm not telling you wrong. All I'm saying is how I took it. And again, you could blame me that, hey, I went in there with expectations, but those expectations were kind of set by the company. I didn't, And also, too, I blame the insiders, the leakers, trying to say, hey, this is going to be fire. This is going to be huge. This is going to be crazy. Everybody's trying to get their clout. And, you fall into it. Everybody's hyped up. You look at the predictions and stuff. But, you know what? It doesn't make it a 10 because a lot of things that it wasn't really well thought out. Because if you just look at it for what it was, the showcase really didn't give Sony's first party on Sony Showcase the limelight, except for Spider-Man. Spider-Man was the clutch. That was the closer. And hopefully Spider-Man makes you forget about the rest of the show. And that's basically what they intended to do, because you see with the viewership, like Marathon had big views and Spider-Man did what it needed to do. But the headliner was Spider-Man. And the problem was that we were so kind of, and I think, and again, I think the worst thing, like, I think if they would have, like, the flow of it was all off, like I was saying, as somebody who watched it. Now, if you didn't watch it and you just watched the trailers, you would think, hey, you know what? Let me click on the trailers that I'm interested in, and you might have a different opinion. But for those that was sitting there watching it, I was just like, woof. By the time they got to Spider-Man, after what they just did with the cloud device, the movie trailer, the Concord, it was just, I was like, whoa. Maybe lead up a Project Q, like your Project Q, and then, maybe some of the other games, like, lead up to that. Like, I thought when I saw that, the Project, whatever that Project game is, with that Samurai game, when I saw that game, not Project Q, Jesus, that's the call of the thing. Holy crap. See, I'm off now. I mean, Phantom Blade, Jesus, Project Q, Jesus. But, like, when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, now we're going to get into the showcase. You know what I mean? Let's go. Like, let's go. This looked cool. You know, this looked incredible. Now, whatever it is when it's coming. But, like, you know, show this and leading into, I think the pacing was whack. That's what I feel like, you know, the pacing. Like, they kind of, especially having the trail at the end, man. You have that trail in the beginning. Like, that movie trailer, like, you stop before Jim Ryan gets on stage on that thing. But we know they got him. And that's the thing. And I think a lot of people, I know, right? Yeah, boy, and that was the thing, too. Like, I'm looking at the watch, and I'm like, wait a second. They said an hour. We got, like, 10 minutes left. What are they going to do? Like, when is Herman going to come out there and go, and now our first-party games? And I'm like, oh, man, 5 minutes. Like, I'm like, oh, shit, like, what are they going to do? And then he's showing a movie trailer. Then he's showing the Q-tip. And I'm like, yo, we got a few minutes left. What are they going to do? Like, when's this roadmap going to show up? And it never did. It was just Spider-Man. And he's like, yo, it was a sync feeling when he came on. He goes, and one more game. It's like, oh, really? You're just going to do Spider-Man and that's it? Yeah, this is exclusive. But somebody was saying that apparently the game started in 2022. So, you know, is this gameplay? Is this? I don't know. And that's the other thing. And again, I'm going to go on a one quick grind here. I'm going to tell you all this. And I'll let you know if you agree with me here. All right? I hate this shit. I hate this showcase. I hate these state of plays. I hate these directs. I hate it. I think they suck. Because I feel E3 forced these people to have something that was playable. Something that people could play and touch. Like, it was a show floor demonstration. Now, granted, they could get away with some trailers during their shows and stuff, but they had to have something there of a booth at E3. And once they started pulling out of the booth, then their responsibility to provide a playable demo, something tangible, something that we could get opinions on from the media when the media actually was respectful. At least we get some opinions on opinions behind closed doors. We get somebody who actually touched the game and can report on it. But when they have these highlight reel things, they could show this. We could be googly-eyed and never hear from it again. And all we got was a sizzle trailer. And that's where I hate that E3 is gone. And that they stopped going with booths. Because now they have no responsibility. Phil Spencer now could send people in a movie theater and buy you popcorn and sit there and watch it. And how honest are these gameplay, these videos? How are they captured and screened? This and native systems, in-game renders, and all that other stuff. They get away with this shit now. And I think it's an out for all these publishers and these guys to be able to just do a video, watch it go viral, and then that's it. There's no obligation for gameplay. But E3 forced them to have something playable. Hell, New Mobosa with Halo 2 was a faked demo, but they built the demo for E3. Level was never in a Halo game. That Halo 2 demo was built for E3. It derailed their production. Well, it slowed up their production, but that was a case of E3. They built the demo for the show. But they had to get something. There were elements in there from the game. But again, there had to be some sort of tangible booth, something physical that somebody could play. And they found ways to manipulate it. But I just feel that without anything like that, we are at the mercy of just little video snippets and showcases and the video. And I feel like it's dishonest. And that's the one thing I miss about E3. I wish that E3 was back to what it used to be, not open to the public, but something that forced the gaming media to be honest with themselves, the gaming media to have some sort of presentation and representation instead of just being some leakers and Twitter bots and actually go out there and do your job, get hands-on, give your opinion, give some gameplay. Meanwhile, all they do now is just ride the YouTube wagon and Twitter bots and try to say who gets the most clout for inside knowledge. And we're at the mercy of that shit. Whereas gaming magazines, hands-on, behind closed doors, it just does that. And then I see the same shit with Spiderman. We're sitting here complaining about no gameplay shown. They showed a whole shit ton of Spider-Man gameplay, and you already got people going, oh, it'll look good. Oh, the Watergates. And criticizing, you know from Spider-Man, it needed some polish. Yes, it maybe needs some texture stuff, some updates and stuff like that. But look at the gameplay. Look at what you're doing. Look at what's going on. Like, that was the big takeaway there. Look at some of the story elements. Those are the kind of things that people are glossing over, and they're looking right at the splash. And we're doing it again. And it's like, does that give incentive to show more gameplay during these things? Or does it say, you know what? Screw you. I'm not showing you gameplay anymore because now everybody runs around with analyzing the graphics. And maybe Microsoft's right for hiding all the gameplay to everything. Redfall and all that other stuff. Hey, if you don't have anything good to show, don't show it at all. I don't know. I'm just a goddamn consumer, dude. That's it. I just buy the shit that I like and play what I like to play and share it with everybody here. That's it. No goddamn insider on all this stuff. But it's just so weird. It's just so weird what has become now. Yeah, right? Right, Shafu? They doubt Insomniac. Like, dude, they disproven you with the PS4 Pro with this puddle geek. And we even saw with God of War how the initial reveal of God of War and the new one and when they released it, right, pre-launch or whatever like that, how it changed. They added more to it. Right? Exactly, Aunt Methods. When you don't say show, don't show. If you got nothing, yet complain when they don't show it. Well, I tell you, it's a double-edged sword. You want to see gameplay, but then when you see gameplay, it doesn't look good. Now, was it effective showing the gameplay? I don't know. But all I know, Aunt Methods, is that I'm going to tell you this. You show me a goddamn logo, I don't know what the hell that game is. And that does nothing. And that should not be acceptable. As a gamer, that does nothing for us. Concord, what the hell is that? Contraband, what the hell is that? That doesn't do any service. So you can't say, well, just show us a title screen and that's it. Don't show gameplay. No, that doesn't do anything. And I don't even like these CGI renders of what the game would be showing capabilities because, again, that could be manipulated. If you look at those computer things, right? They show, how do they show League of Legends? Is it League of Legends where they show all this crazy cinematics and battles and all this other stuff, and it's a goddamn a MOBA. The cinematics make it look like it's the most incredible third-person action game of all lands. And meanwhile, it's a top-down MOBA. That CGI cinematic has nothing to do with the gameplay in the game itself. But that's different, Aunt. That's different. Sony killed the internet with just one logo. People want that. Yeah, but that's different because that was for the PS5 hardware that people are looking forward to. You're comparing two different things. You're comparing gameplay and showing a game to showing a hyped next-generation console. During CES, nonetheless, when Sony was quiet and everybody's like, hey, where's the PlayStation 5? It should be here now. Where is it? Where is it? Sony didn't confirm it. Sony's delaying it. It's worried. It's delayed. The PS5 is delayed. Then the dude shows a logo at CES. Like there was some sort of issue with that. And maybe that's where this show was. They felt some outside pressure going, So, this whole CMA shit, the cloud and the mobile strategies to Sony, where's your service stuff? What's your cloud strategy? What are you doing? You make great games. The games sell, but you know what? It costs a lot of money to make these incredible games. How are you also monetizing this PlayStation business? You need to show us. And maybe they felt forced to go and, hey, we got an investors meeting. Dude, here's our off the PlayStation strategy with the Q-tip. Here's the service games that are going to monetize in the background while we make the bangers, and we're going to have Concord or whatever the hell it is. If it's called Concord, I haven't called Concord the whole goddamn time. Or Freebie, whatever the hell. I can't even know these friggin' names anymore. What are they called? Fair Game and Concord. It is called Concord. Fair Game and Concord. Here they are. These will make some monetary stuff in the background while we're making our bangers. So, and maybe they felt forced to do what they did. But again, it didn't hit. Spider-Man did. A couple of trailers hit. A couple of games are good in there. But overall, the showcase as a whole. See, Ant-Man doesn't even know Concord. It is called Concord. It's right here. See? You were just saying how title screens suck. Yeah, Ant-Man, look. Here's Concord. What the hell is Concord? I keep hearing it. It's the first-party exclusive game, Ant. Case proven.
The two youths.
See? How ill-effective. That's the Sony first-party game that we're complaining about that Sony wasn't there. See? You don't even know what Concord is.
Yeah, two youths.
What is a ute?
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor. Two youths.
Who this?
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
What is Concord? It's a PlayStation exclusive game made by their first-party studios. Exactly. Case proven. It does nothing for you as a gamer. That does nothing. That's a waste of time, and that was a highlight at the end of their show. That proves my whole point. What the hell's Concord? See, nobody knew what Concord was. The grinded. You proved my point. It's a Sony showcase. We invite you to the Sony showcase to show what we're working on. Concord PS5 exclusive banger. Is it? What is it? Take a guess. What is Concord? I'll let you commence. I'll play some nice peaceful music while you commence on what Concord is. Tell me what game this is.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast.
Some thinking music.
12 minutes and Hades. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Skyrim 2, Ground, Shroom and Doom. Cause they're all on Game Pass.
You think it's about burgers? Understanding? Definitely doesn't know. Hit that like button, grinders. Subscribe if you're new. Home of the Grindhouse, Gaming Grindhouse. What is it? Starfield ripoff. That's a good thing. What is it? Here's the thing again. Look, PlayStation Studios. Big game, PlayStation Studios, first party showcase. Firewalk, they just bought them. First party. Not actual gameplay. We're off to a good start. What is this game?
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit.
Cooking Simulator.
Oh, no.
Gordon Ramsay.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Getting dressed?
Activate. Activate.
This is it. This is what they showed. Concord, a hamburger, cooking, spaceship. This is the first part. What is this? This is first party banger from Sony Studios. The host of the party. The host of the party. We are invited to PlayStation Showcase. Here's PlayStation first party games from our investment in a studio. What is Concord? Hamburger, cooking simulator, getting dressed with a locker? What is it? We should be all celebrating this. This is a Sony first party banger. And tell me the showcase was fire. Should be the highlights. This is Sony first party. This is the host of the party. I'm hosting. You're invited to my house. You expect me to cook the best food. I'm the host. I supply all the party supplies. Here's the host. This is their product. We called you to our show. Here it is. Tell me why people are upset with the show and say it's 6. Here's the host. Claymore says it's apparently a first-person shooter.
Okay. A few moments later.
Diablo went to the internet to find out. Welcome. Diablo Dark Matter says Concord is, quote, a PvP multiplayer first-person shooter set in a vibrant sci-fi universe.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
I'll read it as we watch the trailer again. See if you extract this. PlayStation Studios presents Firewalk, who we just purchased. Not actual gameplay. Concord, a new game from Firewalk Studios and PlayStation First Party. It is a first-person, it's a PvP, player versus player, multiplayer, first-person shooter set in a vibrant sci-fi universe. I didn't see one person shooting anybody. I saw it was a locker, a hamburger, and a kitchen. Concord's a city in North Carolina. Your guess is as good as mine, outsider. Exactly, Ant. Sounds cool, right? Dude, I'm down for it. Wait, a PvP multiplayer first-person shooter? You know, in the age of dry Call of Duty finding it's out, right? Vibrant sci-fi shooter? Man, could this be the next Halo?
That was
Who knows? Could this be Halo? Are you jumping in spaceships and jumping and flying around and dropping? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. And guess what? We have all these questions. When's it coming out, everybody? Next year. Well, you don't say. Coming out next year. So do you see why this show was kind of weird and forced and probably made for investors and not for us? And that's why everybody's giving it 5s and 6s and pissed off. Because this is not for us. What does this do? This is a first-party Sony banger game. Made by the Fire Sprite. Everybody went crazy. Sony's buying studios. Woo! Here's their first studio they bought. They must have saw something. There's a problem. And on PC, right? And on PC. And let's go back. And on PC. And let's go see. What did, let's see. Here. Watch. Concord. Uh-huh. You feel like they're not telling us something? And doing all this presentation. And coming to PC, he said, right? Yeah. What was my invitation? What did it say? What did the invitation say? Do you guys have your invitation still? I got my invitation. Here it is. A wealth of new games and new IP are heading to the PS5 and PSVR 2. There's my invitation. Right here. Well, I'll feel bad if I was a PC dude because you had a bunch of games coming to PC. Day and date, nonetheless. You actually kicked off your show with fair games. See you soon. Fair games. Then you showed Helldivers coming to PC as well. I got my invitation. And my invitation. The show will run, The show will run a bit over an hour, focusing on PS5 and PSVR 2 games in development. I'm not saying that, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, why wouldn't they just include PC in here? Focusing on PS5, PC, and PSVR 2 games. Because a lot of the games from their first-party studios were going on PC because they were service games. 2 of the 4. 2 of the 4 games will go on a PC. But you can't put that in the PlayStation blog. And I found the spellbinding games from third party is the EA game. That was that was this game. Oops, not that one. That's right here. That was the Immortals trailer. This is the spellbinding one, spellbounding, whatever the hell it is. This is what they were referring to. Sony knows not to sound like Phil and bring up PC. I know, right? They are slicksters, dude. But I remember when, but listen, knowing what you know now, okay, yeah, I could see it. But if you just saw a PlayStation Showcase, like, come on. You just see PlayStation Showcase after a year and a half, and you see that invitation, we're focusing on PS5 and PSVR 2. You're going to think, like, okay, good. No PS4 cross-gen games, not a lot. Like, we're focusing on the main thing. And then the main stuff that they had to present from their first party was PC and PS5. Dante, yeah, they better be another showcase. Damn it. It feels like they didn't want to distract their 23 lineup of Final Fantasy 16 Spidey. I agree. Yeah, maybe they didn't want to, and they've been doing that. They're focusing on like Horizon without mentioning God of War, and then when that Horizon launches, then they say let's do God of War, and they promote that. So maybe they're in the whole Final Fantasy. Let's get that out of the way. After Final Fantasy launches, then we'll go full blown Spider-Man. But they're being shady. They are. V-Dog, what's up, man? Yeah, they were shady, dude. We got Gymnast. Yeah, boys, there's a Jez Concord game is based on sci-fi Jim Gordon Ramsay Ryan shooting people in space in the ship kitchen and forget the lamb sauce. Oh, damn. That sounds like a very entertaining game, dude.
Where's the lamb sauce? It's raw, Melissa.
Yes, chef.
It's raw, come on.
These are clips from the Concord game.
It's not even pink, it's raw.
And Coop has delivered undercooked salmon.
Undercooked salmon. How dare you in space? But yeah, it wasn't that great. And Sony gets an L. It is what it is. They duped us into this thing. There better be a second showcase. I'm not saying that they're not going to have games. We know that they got the games. We know they emphasize on quality, but you got to show it. Can't just keep talking about it. And they have shown it. That's why it is not they're done. On the other side, they haven't shown it. So therefore, they are Phil Ness, and they are not quality. And they've been talking about it too long. And that's where my tolerability for, like, I guess it is. Like, maybe some people don't have it as much as I do. But I've been through this with the Xbox stuff, with just this talking and not showing. And kind of when I appreciated Sony for showing caption on a PS5, leading with gameplay. You know, for a person that came on a showcase 2 and 3 years ago, like Jim Ryan, and going this.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
And then showing a movie trailer, and then showing Concord.
Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
The games are supposed to be doing the talking. And the games that you shown didn't have any game to talk. Except for Spider-Man. The Spider-Man looked great. And I think the other thing with Spider-Man was that it was familiar gameplay. Yes, new things and stuff like that, but we didn't see anything new. Like, what are you making new that, like, how we saw, like, it just, what is the PS5's capabilities? You talk it up so much. And you showed it with Horizon. You showing with God of War. Like, where is the next level stuff? The set, we're 3 years into this generation. Are they holding on to it, waiting for a pro? I don't know. I'm hyped for Bungie's game, man. I can't wait. I want to see what the hell that is. It's supposedly an extraction game. So it's like they put you on a map and you got to kind of grab a bunch of loot and stuff and get something and get out while another team is doing the stuff. That's right, outside. Enough of the show. Let me do the talking. But, yeah, it's been a crazy week. And, you know, there was a lot of hype. Blamed everybody, blame myself, everybody hype and stuff like that. But it still doesn't change your expectations. And I'm not going to get mad at myself like, oh, next time I'm going to go and spec shit and I'll feel better. No. My expectations are set by the company who's showing it. Now, going into an Xbox show, your expectations are low because they have been low shows. They haven't shown gameplay. They have talked about Game Pass. They show a lot of stuff. So your expectations are automatically low. Sony hasn't done that yet. And again, what they showed in this show is not terrible. You know, like, oh my God. But I think now, next time Sony says showcase, people are going to be like, well, wait, maybe it's not going to be it's not going to be a banger after banger. There's going to be indies. There's going to be some stuff. There's going to be some cloud. Who knows? Like, and now a showcase now has a different connotation of the expectations set with this showcase. Yeah, boy, you know, Marathon? That was Bungie's. That's Bungie's extraction shooter. There you go. A man says, I hype nothing. Good. That's a good way. Just keep the line straight. The Claymores, the best Sony reveals of all time were God of War 2018, Ghost of Tsushima, both gameplay reveals. That's right. Claymores going back to God of War. Remember, Cory Barlog cried when he got to play his demo in front of a live audience. That's some classic stuff now. Those are the things that we are missing out with that E3. That kind of live demo stuff. But then they even
You're my number one customer
into their showcases. They were showing a gameplay demo. Like Horizon was revealed with a gameplay. Like they showed a gameplay state of play with it. And Spider-Man. Look at Spider-Man. So they haven't missed a beat. Like Spider-Man was shown with a huge gameplay demo. So they're still doing it. It's just that's what's so weird. It's like they're still doing it with gameplay and telling a story with gameplay. That's why that whole Firewalk and Haven Studio reveal were really strange. And their first-party representation, where they pride themselves, captured on a PS5, let the games do the talking, show the game. That gusto wasn't there during the show, and that's where a lot of people were expecting, because Sony has been doing that. And that's where the differentiation is between them and the Green Team. The Green Team does all talk and no show. Sony lets the games do the talking. That was the point. That's the differentiation between the two companies. And when Sony wasn't doing that to the level that they do it, it got the reaction that it got. And that's just being honest. Like, that's what it is. And maybe they do have a whole big representation at the Keeley Awards. It's not going to make this showcase better, but it'll definitely, people take just like back off of Herman Hulst and all that other shit. They're like, okay, well, they did it for here. But that has to happen. And until it happens, we can't react to it. They could have another showcase right after Microsoft's. They could do one in September and go, yep, and here's our first-party studios. Here's a huge bunch of VR. And to think about it, again, not making excuses, but to think about it, maybe they feel that May, right before the summer, is not the time to show everything. Let's do it in September. When Spider-Man's out, then the holiday season's upon us. People are ready to buy consoles, buy VR. Now let's show them what they're going to get. And September or October for a showcase showing all the big stuff coming in the next year and all that other stuff is a better time to demonstrate that stuff when people want to spend money with VR and all. Like, hey, here's a bunch of VR games. You'll really do a showcase that we expected now. Do it later in the year, around the time of the holidays when people are buying and spending, and early into next year. So now you could show Spider-Man's out of the way. Boom. Here comes Factions. Here comes this. I don't know. No, this September. But again, if you think about a marketing, maybe you feel like, hey, showing a whole bunch of games coming next year is not the great thing to do in the middle of May. The end of May. Maybe they feel like, hey, we're doing fine. Let's use this showcase to kind of talk about our cloud strategy or like, hey, our services and stuff. And then when Microsoft shows their stuff and they're getting ready for Starfield, we hit them with the okie dokie. We drop Spider-Man, and then we also now show everything. Death Stranding 2, Silent Hill 2, all the games, some games from our first-party studios, and we have the showcase, and we have a huge VR reveal in September, November, October for the November season. I'm not getting my hopes up exactly. This is why we're building expectations for a thing that may not happen. But you could look at it that way, Yeah, like a showcase in the summer, right when everybody's back, getting back and swing things into the holiday season. Now hype it up when everybody's ready to buy another PlayStation and buy a VR. Why in the middle of the summer? Let's use this showcase and talk about our cloud and talk about some service games that are coming. And then guess what? Then in September, they could show the gameplay to Concord. They could show the gameplay to Fast Speed, what the hell that is, that Jade Raymond game. Now you can show the gameplay coming for those games. In addition to, Factions. In addition to, other games. And Wolverine. Who the hell knows? So they're poised and they can pull that kind of stuff. And I think that's where the frustration comes. Fair game. Thank you, Jesus. Fair game. Now you could show the trailers to those games. You could show gameplay to Concord and fair games in a second showcase at the near September. Even I forgot the name. See, Sergeant, I don't even know. I know. Shame on me. Ant Methods. Shame on me. You guys are on my ass. You're on my ass. Who knows? I'll put this. Here's the promo for it.
Take a look at this. Brutus, this is incredible. What a package.
What a package. I just put together. Who knows? Faction might show up some Game Fest. Who knows? But until it happens, we can't comment on it. We could only hope and wish and all that other stuff. We got what we got. I think we take what we got. Spider-Man looks incredible. And that's right, too. I think, yeah, boy, they need to clarify, be a little more transparent in that stuff. I do think that would help. But, slap and showcase on it, and after a year and a half, I think, it had a lot of loaded expectations with it. And that's on them. And again, I'm not blaming us. Like, I never blame us, the gamers. I blame the corporations. That's what we do. We're emotional. We love games. We're the most passionate fan base out there. Dude, you get all hyped up for a sports game, all dressed up, all ready to go, and the team loses. Huh? What do you do? You get mad at you? Get mad at the people that got dressed up for the game and your team got blown out like 15-0? You went in there passionate thinking your team was going to win. You get mad at the fans? No, you get mad at the players. You get mad at the coach. You get mad at the referees. You don't get mad at the people next to you like, God damn it, why are you wearing that friggin' outfit? Why are you dressed up as a Giants fan? This is the Giants game. No, you suck. Like, you don't get mad at the fans. Why are you wearing all that Giant apparel? We suck. No. That's why, as the game is like, we shouldn't get upset at ourselves and say, you're wrong, you're right. No. Get mad at the team. Get mad at the players for not setting those expectations. Exactly, Akeem, yeah. That's how I look at it. Get mad at the coach, the referees, the executives. That's who we get ticked off at. Don't get mad at each other. We don't need civil wars. What's this? Uh-oh. You better not be sending no crazy links. What are you doing here? What is this? This came out today? Oh, here. Talking about expectations. What is this? They're responding. We know many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about, I don't like the red borders here, about our Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done this far, but as development has continued, we realize that it's best for the game to give it more time. Our team will continue to work on the project as well as other games in development. Again, they said that again, including a brand new single-player experience. Shit, they're announcing another game. Thank you. Yeah, boy. Thank you, Sergeant. We look forward to sharing more soon. We're grateful to our fantastic... Oh, kids. Oh, kids. Oh, man. They just confirmed another game. They just announced another game. Oh, baby. Oh, man.
It's no Melissa.
They just announced another new single-player experience. Wow. I agree. Put up a shut up. Factions in development hell, see Fresh says, oh, damn. Look at this. And listen. One whiff. One gameplay reveal. That's why I'm saying. This showcase gets what it is. We move on from this showcase. They learn. They did what they need to do. It was for the investors. I think so. Spider-Man looked great. We'll take what we get out of here. Some of those games look great. And we know what they got some stuff going on. What the hell? A new single-player experience? So yo, is that the space game that they're supposed to be working on? Like that space game, right? I don't know. But wow, hot off the presses. Thank you, Grinders. Or is it damage control, Dante? Hoo. And what single player experience? VR? Oh man, here we go. Better not be an apology. That's right. At the end of the day, like Redfall, we're sorry. We're sorry you played the game. If only they said this. Like, I don't know, man. This is wild. Let's see what the Twitterverse is saying. Take your time, Kings. Absolutely understandable. Take your time. Brand new single player experience. Well, there you go, grinders. Wild, dude. Bookmark it. Incredible. Well, that's some good news, I guess. I would say I would take it as some good news from the Naughty Dogs. I think it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know. But hey, Phil Spencer's giving you free popcorn to watch his show. True Virgil's playing Halo as we speak, hanging on Herman's nuts. Great. Thanks, True Virgil. Enjoy your Halo. It does take about 20 minutes to join the game. I'll let you know about that because that's how long it takes. But anyway, grinders, hit that like button. Continue to party with the VIPs, flexing those emojis. Subscribe if you're new. I saw some new people here. Subscribe. Join the Grindhouse. We have entertainment with the soundboards and also the Gaming Grindhouse every Monday night at 8 o'clock. But everybody, especially in the U.S., have a great holiday weekend. I'm going to be playing some Beat Sabers, continuing with my Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island. I forget who trolls me all the time. I'm going through Iki Island. I'm finishing that. True Virgil says not where he is. Oh, True Virgil. I can't trust anybody that close to Herman's nuts. But you too, Virgil. Have a good time in Halo. Maybe I'll play some Halo with True Virgil. We'll join up. We'll play some games. We'll be a team. We'll be united. True, will we do that? We'll unite in Halo. We'll join the party. I think I need to. I think True Virgil needs to put his money where his mouth is. I think we need to play Halo. He has to earn his spot off of that VIP board. Man. Thank you, everybody. Well put. Hey, again, don't go at each other. Hey, have a great stream it. Oh, you want me to stream? Maybe I'll do some streaming. I'll stream it. Maybe I'll do some streaming, some Iki Island. It's freaking awesome, man. That game is great in Ghost of Tsushima. It's great. Okay, maybe I'll also do some streaming of that. I can't come back. Oh, man. It's missing the bright yellow chairs. Dude, you guys are funny as hell, man. Yo, hit that like button. Share it out, everybody. Keep it locked here for the Gaming Grindhouse. Have a great Memorial Day weekend for you grinders in the U.S. And have a great weekend to everybody else. Yeah, I'll be back. Yes, I'll play Legends. Dude, Legends, we do that. But definitely. Oh, yeah, I definitely, I had a blast doing that VR stuff. So definitely, doing that game nights, definitely I want to do some, game nights with you guys and, in the chat and stuff like that. Just hanging out, playing some games. It'll be definitely fun. But, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Spider-Man saved the day. That's right, Dante. Spider-Man. Thank you again, grinders, and we'll leave it with the good Game Pass song to get everybody all happy. Hit it, Phil. Good night, everybody.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. Games are coming fast. 12 minutes and Hades. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Plague Tale Requiem. What to play first?